Hello and welcome back to Monday Madness. Once again, I had to take a short break due to IRL stuff, but the idea is of course to get these episodes out every Monday. This week we're mastering the art of tree cutting. And no, this is not an intended slide to Earth Hour, it's just a coincidence. Calm down. I gave my mad lads pretty free reins this week, just basically any strategy revolving around the trees being cut in a military strategic aspect, not just cutting any tree and making a farm and calling it a strategy. I was mainly thinking of tree hopping or landing someone and cutting down all the trees on his island, but after playing like 20 games these last 2 weeks to get a nice game for you guys, I sadly did not once get a game where my opponent had a tree in his wall, or play a water map where the game went long enough to either of us to get to onagers. But luckily enough we have two very trusted mad lads who always manage to find a way through the chaotic challenges I provide them. First up, we welcome Brix to the stage. Brix is playing as one of my favorite civs, the Khmer, on Arena, and already you might have an idea of what's to come. Since we are playing on Arena, there's not too much action going on, so we are going to fast forward a bit. Okay, so we now fast forwarded all the way up until early Imperial Age, and Brix has a huge economy and a very clear strategy in mind. The tree-hating elephant trots across the map very unsuspiciously, and of course, one little elephant is not going to achieve much. But he's just there to lead the way. Behind the elephant follows 60 fully upgraded Hussar. 2 quick shots at the trees and the Hussar are in. And they're completely destroying a huge part of Green's economy, who was just happily booming along with 5 TCs and clearly did not expect to get wrecked within seconds. Brix also tries his luck with the blue player, but sadly this guy has camels to defend, so the Hussars aren't as effective, but they still do a decent job. Another wave of Hussar are sent towards Teal, and here Brix doesn't even need the ballista elephants, since Teal is nice enough to chop down his own trees for Brix. After countless of villager kills on the whole enemy team, Brix's teammate can come in and just mop up the rest. A quite unique but very interesting approach. Thank you for your contribution, Brix. Next up we have everyone's favorite Lael. Let's see what madness he has in store for us this time. Trust me, it's a good one. Lael is playing as the Teutons versus Lithuanians on the map Hideout. Immediately when you see that it's Hideout, you're thinking that this is probably going to be a tree cut to the center. And indeed, this is exactly what we see here. The problem is, though, that it's not necessarily a favored matchup, and Lael doesn't have the score lead and his opponent has 4 relics. Just opening a way through the enemy base just doesn't cut it. I mean, it literally cuts it, but just not in... never mind. Lael has to think of something different in order to come out on top of this one. Amazingly, Lael finds a way that still doesn't deviate from the strategy. He cuts more trees, and more trees, and more trees. Lael is looking to starve his opponent completely out of wood. It takes a very long time since there are very many trees on Hideout, but finally Lael finds the last batch of trees, and before long, Blue is completely out of wood. And before even longer, he can't receive his farms. Blue is fast running out of resources, and when Lael also takes down his monastery, Blue just has to resign the game because he can't collect resources. Thank you for this magnificent contribution, Lael. A true masterpiece. Adapting and still staying true to the strategy even after the initial plan failed. It's a real privilege to watch an artist at work. Let's focus on that part and not mention the 143 units from your own side that you brutally murdered with your siege onagers. This was sadly the only 2 games I had for you this week. The challenge was notably difficult, but don't worry, we'll be back stronger than ever next week. Thank you for watching this week's episode of Monday Madness. If you haven't already, feel free to give this video a like and consider subscribing not to miss out on future videos. In the description of this video, you will find the links to my social media where I will be posting when the next video is uploaded. Should you like to take part in the next video, feel free to join my Discord where I will be posting the next week's strategy. Bye for now and have a nice rest of your week.